And welcome back. So James William asked the question, who will win the fight? Whisper Wolf from the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise versus Steven Universe from, I don't know, Adventure Time, the regular show. I don't know where Steven Universe is from. Steven Universe. But I say that because I know there's going to be one person who thinks I'm not joking on that. Now, I've had Steven on here, I think, once or twice before. I know, and my sister likes Steven Universe, so I've watched a couple episodes. It's fine. I never could really get into it, but it's fine. But I mean, let's go over these guys real quick. So Whisper Wolf usually has a very timid personality, but a very serious fighter. It's implied she has she may have a past with Eggman or Robotnik, and therefore she has some trauma to her. Well, she's a very capable fighter, and her skills on the battlefield were enough to turn the tide of the battle during the Eggman Empire Resistance War, which goes to show, if your skills as a fighter just on your own are enough to turn the tide of an overall battle, you are someone, not to be fair, isn't maybe the right word, but of a combat stature, of significant abilities. An expert marksman and master of stealth, able to infiltrate areas undetected and hit distant targets with her variable weapon, Wispin, which, you know what, let me check the variable Wispin right now. The variable Wispin is, what am I looking at with this thing? Looks like a umbrella with a umbrella cane with a handle, and you put a bop it on there. You ever play bop it, twist it, pull it, spin it, that thing. It looks like you added all that together. But apparently it's like a firearm of some kind. Instead of being designed, it's umbrella shaped. Okay, I wasn't wrong in kind of that assessment a little bit. The bottom of it is hooked. It's a very unique weapon. The more ways it went. Unlike your standard Wispins, which are designed for cleaning out crowds of robots, this weapon is designed for precision shots, which cause less widespread damage, but more intense impacts. In addition, instead of being restricted to using just one specific breed of Wisp to power it, it can be used multiple breeds of Wisps. Wisp, I'm guessing, are energy. It does have a couple different modes as well. It has the laser mode, requires cyan Wisp. Wisp and Glow Cyan. I'm probably getting that word wrong. This mode lets it fire laser beams that can shoot straight through it can words, damn it. It can shoot through some armor, although it cannot penetrate reinforced metals. Note that. This mode's laser is well capable of zigzagging through mid-air, kind of like a dark side of mega beams. And it's worth mentioning the laser's mode is also variable with natural default modes that when not in use. Cube mode. In this mode, it glows blue, its gun barrel retracts, and it forms energy constructs in the shape of a hammer's head. This mode basically turns it into a melee weapon. Hover mode, green wisps. In this mode, this weapon glows green and forms an energy-based hemisphere that sprouts from the gun barrel. In this mode, it resembles an umbrella capable of carrying its wielder through midair. So it basically allows you to float. Rocket mode requires orange wisp. Basically fires a bazooka-like round of energy. And spike mode basically requires pink pink's energy spike balls. Basically, it fires spike energy balls, which would be dangerous to go up against. Anyway, primary tool. We've already gone over that. Whisper also. Stop it! Stop moving! Damn freaking website. Also wears a mask scope that she uses for targeting, covers her right eye, and assists her left eye in aiming. With it, she can make pinpoint shots at deadly accuracy. Also wears a utility cloak over her shoulders. Stores up to 6 specialized wisp canisters, cartridges within it, 3 on each side. These canisters hold her wisp allies. Whenever Whisper needs one of their powers, her wisps can leave the castle and enter the variable weapon. So basically, when she needs a power, she can just, kind of hit to it, and it immediately leaves the capsule cartridge. Ugh. Gotta slow my roll a little bit. and immediately leaves the capsule cartridge. Why am I having trouble here with the word cartridge? I was about to say cartilage. Cartridge, and basically loads the weapon. As support for her variable, she carries around a number of octahedron. There we go. Octahedron-shaped prims. By shooting one of these prims with her variable weapon's laser, she can change her laser's trajectory. She can also throw a bunch of prims into the air, thereby allowing the laser to ricochet between them and create a offensive laser grid. That's kind of cool. She's a fighter. She's got a lot of weapons. She's probably solid in hand-to-hand combat, I would assuming. Steven's ability. Steven obviously is half gem, half human. Gems are also individuals. I mean, you get the standard ruby, garnet, all that stuff, but they are living individuals. Being a human-gem hybrid, Steve is capable of using gem magic. Those unknown if he possesses all the ability of a pure gem, such as retreating into their gemstones and taking fatal damage. As associated with the gemstone, his powers are material in nature, and his control of his gemstone is based on his emotional clarity. He is shown to have some abilities of regular gems, but sometimes has little control over them due to not receiving enough training. He can warp using warp pads and bubble objects, gemstones to be I'm sorry, that sentence didn't make sense. He can warp using the warp pads and bubble objects and gemstones to be teleported to the temple with seemingly full control. He's not strictly oxygen dependent and is vacuum resistant, not immune. He's also shown that he's able to fuse and confuse other colony to form Stevani. Basically, infused with others. We're not going to use that because this is Steven, not Stevani. While in the beginning, they tend to. We don't need that. His greatest feat is shapeshifting. And shapeshifting is Steve when he's able to shapeshift and make himself appear older. Despite his happy-go-lucky and cheerful attitude, he shows himself to be a competent shield fighter and is able to hold his own in most situations, with his skill consistently increasing due to practice. Despite being educated in an isolated environment, he has never attended conventional school and possesses a good deal of knowledge, not only on generic topics, but in scientific and technical fields like physics, chemistry, and geography. However, due to the crystal gem's own obliviousness with some human activities, he's also quite oblivious about some social terms, like nuclear family. The prime example. Natural abilities, fluctuating his age. He can do that if he needs to. Shape-shifting. He does have superhuman strength for someone his size. Let's see here. He's able to lift and force together. Steve is able to lift and force the together breakfast in its mutated state into the lava pool. So I'm guessing Steven could probably handle about a couple tons. When he rips off the top of the Meta game arcade. Interesting. He displays even further amount of strength when he smashes Greg's van's dashboard with a single punch, apparently hard enough it shattered it and activated the airbags. So he basically hits with the power of a car hitting you. As gems are much stronger and durable than their appearance would indicate, his superhuman strength also is likely translates to durability. He does actually have some martial arts skills. While wrestling during Tiger, due to his superhuman strength, these moves can easily injure or knock out another human when used by Steven. Though whether or not he's an expert martial artist is unknown. I doubt he is. It's probably more like a kid sees something on TV and imitates it in real life kind of scenario. He does have enhanced speed, durability. He's more durable than what human physiology and stature would one believe. Let's see here. Durability allows him to handle full force of faster than light speed travel. While other crystals were unable to hold their physical forms together, Steve was not only able to survive, but did not show any sign of internal injury. That might come from the fact he's half human. He's not actually done. Steven's more naive and innocent than anything else. He's actually quite intelligent. He does have a couple unique abilities. He's able to create an energy shield. His rose shield, because Steven's power are maternal in nature, it requires him to feel a strong need to protect something. Early on, he had little to no control of how to summon it, but he later learned how to summon it at will. He appears to be quite skilled in wielding it, kind of wielding it a little Captain America-like. It should be noted, however, that the overuse of the shield is exhausting for him. Shield is remarkably durable. The greatest testament of its durability is when it withstood the charge shot from the Gen Warren ship, which... It stood basically a massive powerhouse attack. So probably, I don't think anything that Whisper Wolf has would probably crack the shield, so we'll get that out of the way right now. Steven can summon the shield as many times as he wants to without tiring, even summoning more than one. This shows that his exhaustion was possibly due to experience, so it probably doesn't have the same limitations as he used to. Steven, when in great excitement, can throw a shield as a projectile with great speed and power. Shield vibration. On certain occasions, when Steven's shield is hit, it emits an audible vibration that disables magical constructs, which Whisper doesn't have, so it doesn't really mean anything. Tag team combat. Due to his close bond they share with Steven, wouldn't matter in this case. Dual wielding, he can manifest more than one shield. Healing, his saliva can heal the injury of both humans and gems, but he's shown Steven's healing capabilities have not yet been seen to their full extent, but he is shown capable of healing cracked gemstones as well as healing lapis lazuli's an ocean gem. He can also heal common injuries and conditions. Pearl remarks that other crystal gems have lost their healing ability, and this test should hopefully increase their confidence. His loss of healing abilities could be purely psychosomatic, so he lost them at one point. He possesses the ability to resurrect the dead with his magic. Holy crap. Such as the ability to grant the Alliance Dimension, okay. Corruption reversal. He's able to uncorrupt something. Phytokinesis, able to grow sentient and sapient flora. I really don't think those would matter that much. Bubble shield. Can summon an incredibly durable bubble, basically as a shield. Spike bubble. Morphs in such a way as spikes grow at the surface. Long range bubble, extending its reach. Expanded strength. Popping. He can pop the bubble and knock someone out with the force. Empathic telepathy. How many abilities does this kid have? Jesus. Mind transfer. Mind link. Astral projection. Speed of descent regulation. Hold on one second. When he is able to take control of the watermelon steam, he is able to transfer his consciousness. True mind of his host lays dormant while he is in control of it. The full extent is unknown. It's shown to possess someone he thinks about while he sleeps. Mind link is able to link his mind with another being. This allows Steven to feel the target's emotions. Aura projection, astral projection. That would help in this fight. Speed of descent regulation. Steven, like Rose, can levitate. All right. In electrical interference, which could play a factor in this fight if he basically just decides to. Seems able to control Greg's TV upon his emotions. Let's see here. Anything else? Okay, that's a game, I believe. Jesus. Okay. So, who wins in a fight between these two? Well, how would they be fighting? First off, I doubt this fight would really end in a death. It'd probably end in a knockout or just someone submitting. But let's say there's some confusion. Let's say the gems are here to help the Eggman robotic war, and Whisper Wolf and Steven unfortunately get caught in the crosshairs and think of each other, or at least she thinks of him as an enemy. It's like, okay, I'm going to have to stop you. So she starts firing off lasers right off the bat. Steven just pulls out. She's like, whoa, I don't want to fight you or anything like that. It's like, whoa, and then, they're bouncing off, ricocheting. Initially, fires again. This time it goes, boom, nope, zigzags and hits Steven right in the back. She's, ah! It's like, oh, I don't want to fight. Why are we fighting? We're here to help. It's like, okay, fine. And now Steven's like, as tough as Steven could probably sound, because Steven, let's be clear, no matter how tough he is, doesn't sound tough. He sounds like a little kid. Comes in and he throws a shield, throws a couple of shields. Whisper Wolf is firing at them with a laser to get him out of the way, but the trajectory is too much, so Whisper Wolf has to get out of the way. He uses the green one to start floating towards him. Then uses the cube hammer to come and crash down on his shield. Again, nothing serious, but crashes down on the shield. Just get the ricochets off of that, but there's no magic involved, really, unless the wisps are magic, in which case that could help. That could stop things. But, vibrations is shattering through, so Steven and Whisper in a close range combat. He's got a shield. She's got a hammer. They go back and forth, but Steven's a bit more of an expert fighter with his own weapon, whereas her weapon is a bit more of a jack-of-all-trades kind of weapon. So she immediately tries to go into rocket mode or spike ball mode and fire at close range. Steven just blocks it again, fires another shield at her, just hits her in the gut. Comes again and they go close quarter combat again. I will say that while Steven probably knows some martial art moves, there again, I go with the concept that it's likely in the it's likely that it's more in the sense that, all right, I saw these on TV, I'm going to use them on you, and they're going to work kind of move. Whereas Whisperwolf's an actual fighter and warrior. Granted, yeah, Steven's had training too, but it's not the same thing. Whisperwolf spent years on the battlefield, so there's a difference in level of skill there. So while Steven definitely has she has the advantage in hand to hand, his shield allows it to even out, so they clash again. This time, Whisperwolf gets some distance, goes into rocket form, blasts Steven with the rocket. Steven just, Steven's now just, he's hurt, but he's still ready to go. It's like, we don't have to fight. It's like, yes, we do. It's like, you're the enemy. It's like, no, we're here to help. So, and in the real, let's be clear. In the real scenario, they'd be like, she would maybe stop to listen. And assuming that they didn't listen, then the fight would keep going. But saying the fight keeps going, how does this ultimately end? She fires a spike ball. She fires the rockets at Steven. Steven's able to, puts the bubble shield up. And then, gets the spikes ready. And then just, boom, they keep her at bay. Eventually, she tries, it's like, a point blank. And then he pops his bubble, boom, and then knocks her out. So why does Steven win this? Well, honestly, Steven has way more abilities and is just way more durable and can outlast this character of Whisperwolf than Whisperwolf has abilities over Steven. She's got combat experience, she's got a cool weapon, but Steven just has so much else to bring to the table that, now to be fair, I say that, there's a scenario where Whisperwolf wins. If, let's say, she does the zigzag laser and hits him straight in the head and knocks him out, yeah, that's a win. But ultimately, I think the likelihood of Steven winning is just so far greater. So I'm going to go, honestly, 90 out of 100. 9 times out of 10, 90% of the time, I do think Steven Universe wins the fight. But 10% of the time, I think there's a scenario where Whisperwolf wins. Let me know, though, what you think in the comments below, because this one was a little weird to do. And I really got to get back in my flow, because I noticed I was really rambling over my words, having trouble reading what was on the screen for some reason. So, yeah. That's my thoughts on that, though. Let me know what you thought of this fight. Do you think it's closer, farther than I made it? Do you have an idea for who will win Star Wars Superhero What If? Anything I do on the channel? Or an idea for something you'd like me to review? Put that in the comments below. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.